Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. We are doing a quick challenge today, creating a food form component. We are going to start on creating a field where we can input a text for our favorite food. Then here there's another extra challenge where we're supposed to only be able to accept 10 letters in those fields, and we should not use the max length attribute. Here, the second one, we need a deliverable of type of country of origin for our food, a submit button. Then next one is another deliverable for our origin. If the user type in America, Italy, or Mexico, there is a message that, or a message that should be added. It's supposed to say delicious, delicioso, or delicioso if it's from Italy. And if it's another country, they are supposed to get some type of word that says yummy in the message. Here we go. We're just gonna copy that deliverable and paste it on our JSX so that we can see what we need to produce. Now here we're gonna import our React library in our component. We're gonna create a food form component with the return, because the return will show what we have in our website. Here we are going to first create a field for our favorite food. So we're gonna create a form here that contains an input. The input means it's gonna be some type of text box or a submit button. Here right now we're just gonna export our component to our page, so it will, everything that we type will render and show up. Here we're gonna put in a type, which is text, which means that it's gonna be a text box. Here I'm just gonna start running the program so it can show up. There it is. Now we're gonna create a placeholder. The placeholder means that there's going to be some type of text that's going to be inside the text box so that the user can know what they should put in there. Next is we're going to create a useState function. It's a useState function because we need two types of variable: a food name, which is what's going to be the food that, and the set food name is when it changes, right? That's the food changes, then that's what gonna be the new type of variable that we're gonna be targeting. Here we're gonna create a function, handle food name. Like I said, it's gonna be linked to the changes on the food name inside the text box. Here we put E as in event target value that length is less than or equal to 10, because we want only 10 letters inside our text box. Then we're gonna put a set food name because that's our variable that will contain the food name and the value of our favorite food. Then we put an on change there so that we can figure out what's changing, and the value is going to be the food name. Here we're testing out the length. You can see we have 1 to 9 plus another 1, and then I've been typing in more numbers and it's not showing up, so our function for less than or equal to 10 is working. Next we're gonna do an input, or here we're gonna do a break or BR to make sure that the next input that we're gonna make, the next text box that we're gonna put, will be below the favorite food. This text box will contain the food origin, which means where the food came from or where it originated. Here we're gonna create the same thing. The food origin is gonna be the name of the country of where the food belongs. Set food origin means that it's gonna be the container of which country that food and the changes that is happening to that text box. Then we're gonna start with the useState with an empty string because it starts with an empty string. Okay, then here we're creating a handle food origin change, which will be the function that is in charge of handling whatever happens in the set food origin, and we're targeting the value that we're gonna input in those text box, in the second text box. Here we're creating a value of our food origin. Then we're gonna create a onChange attribute here so that we can handle the changes. We just copy the function from above that targets the one that targets the letters or the strings that is inside the text box. Okay, so here we're testing out if we are able to put a text or letters inside the text box. So now we completed that one. Next thing we're gonna do is create a submit button. A submit button that is below the second text box. Here we are trying to put in the type, which is gonna be our submit button. And yeah, now we have a submit button, as you can see below the second text box. Now that we completed that one, we are gonna create the submit function, making sure that that submit button is functional. Now we are creating a variable for our handle submit. When that event happens and it's clicked, what's gonna happen is right here first is we're gonna make sure that when we refresh the page, it takes in the data that we have. It doesn't just refresh and empty out the progress that we put inside those text box. Sometimes those happen because it has like some type of built-in function that refreshes and posts some type of requests. Basically, there's some kind of built-in request that we are trying to prevent. That's why it's event prevent default. Now here what we're putting is a set food name and food origin name to an empty string. It means that when the form is submitted, it deletes all the previous information. So we are able to clear that information in our text boxes. Those are the function. Those are what those are for. Here we are trying to build the function for our deliverable whenever they when the user creates a message. When they create a message, whenever it's America, whether it's Mexico or Italy or another country, it will add some type of message in it, like delicious, delicioso, delicioso, or yummy. So here we're just creating a new message that has like a string with a message with a template literal that whatever is typed in those text box, it will show up in our message. Here we're just putting a set message function. We are assigning new message to show up in our set message. Whatever the set message container will have, it will appear as our new message. Then here we're putting the function where our message is gonna show up. We want that to be in H1 form because we want it to be in bold letters. We want it to be big and readable, basically. That's what our deliverable wants. Now we're typing in stuff, and there you go. The message have shown up in our website. Yeah, and it says your favorite food is apple, and it's from USA. Okay. So now all our functions are working. Now we are gonna create a switch function for our food origin. We're trying to make sure that everything that is typed inside the food origin text box is to be taken, and it will be replaced to a lowercase letters. So whatever that is put there, it'll turn to lowercase, and then whenever that situation appears in our computer, it will understand that those letters will create an output. When those letters has been taken, it will be read by the computer, and it will give a certain output every time it's read that kind of letters. If it's America, it will always say delicious. If it's Mexico, it will say delicioso. Italy, it will say that it's delicioso. So that's basically what we're doing here. We are creating a case, basically, when those type of information and data is taken in our submit function. It will add a new message in the new message, right? It will add in our sentence delicious, delicioso, delicious. So, and then every time those situation ends, we're gonna create a break. A break will, give us like, hey, this is an or, basically. If you see this or this, then this is what you put. So break is basically like an or. Here we're putting a default when there is a message that is not in our data. We're just gonna input yummy. That's basically what I'm doing here. Okay, and there you go. Your favorite food is apple, and it's from USA. And yummy. I didn't put America there, so that's why it says yummy, because in our data it doesn't says America. If it's America, then it will be delicious. Now I put Mexico in our origin, right? Your favorite food is taco, and it is from Mexico, and then it showed us delicioso. And that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good day. Bye.